Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dangerous Jim Show. I'm sitting here right beside the Dangerous Jim.
Yes.
I've known him for 60 years. Some of it's been good, some of it not so good, but I've known him for 60 years, 60 long years. He's doing great. I'm proud to be his father, and you're going to enjoy him, so keep listening. He's going to come up with a lot of interesting topics, and he's going to do a great job. So it's the Dangerous Jim Show. Don't forget it, and keep watching it.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to yet another edition of the Dangerous Jim Show. I hope you guys are feeling good. Name this rock rapper. Energize. You bet your ass, baby. We're here to do it to you tonight. Tonight's a SWAT time, a little rock and roll, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little tomorrow. We got to do it to it. We got to do it to it. It's all down on the paper. Do you hear me talking at you? Let's see what that is.
Yeah.
That's from Ted Nugent.
Nice.
Double Live Gonzo.
Oh, really? Okay.
Some of the greatest live albums ever. So, wow. I feel pretty good today. How do you feel? How do you feel, Timmy?
Great.
Well,
I love that intro. That intro's so good.
Jim Show.
Is that my dad?
The
Dad.
Dangerous Jim Show.
Zeke, what's my dad doing?
The Dangerous
He's
Jim
hanging out.
Show.
He's trying to get it right.
The Dangerous Jim Show.
Dad, get off the mic.
Higher.
Dangerous Jim Show.
Now go low.
Dangerous Jim Show.
And lower.
Dangerous Jim Show.
Well, here we are. I am Jim Miller. Welcome to the Dangerous Jim Show. I'm here with my great friend, Tim Anderson.
Yes.
By the time you see this, you've already seen the Tim Anderson This Is Your Life episode.
This is my life.
How did you like that episode? It was good, wasn't it?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, yeah.
It was really good learning a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of stuff about
It's
you.
fun.
It was great.
Yes, thank you.
So first and foremost, let's get some of the business out of the way. If you are out there and you want to do a podcast, you can do it right here. You can use the same stuff. You can have Zeke if you want Zeke as a producer. Zeke, are you willing to produce other people just besides Tim and I?
Absolutely.
So you can have Zeke as a producer. I don't know if that's good or bad. And, of course, you can use all this stuff. So right here at You Rock 2, if you want to do your own podcast, you can do it, right? Send me an email to askdangerousjim@gmail.com.
Yes.
How do you feel about what do you think about these surroundings?
I love this. I love the surroundings of this. I think it's actually a really great setup. And the cool thing is the white backgrounds. You can change it out to whatever you want. That's a really good thing.
Yeah.
You know, the drape. So it's like, yeah, we have this setup here. You have the setup here, but you can completely change it out. Super duper easy.
Yeah, any topic too. Any topic you have. It doesn't have to be. Obviously, it doesn't have to be music. It can be anything. If you know about science, what else do you know about besides music, Tim?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. If you want to do a Star Wars podcast, you can do it right here at You Rock 2. Send me an email to askdangerousjim@gmail.com. So thank you for being here.
Mickey. Thank you.
I'm going to call some people right away.
All right.
Now, I promised my friend Jamie White-Minnick that I would call people on the phone. So let's just see if I know how to call someone.
Let's see if it
and
works.
if you're watching out there, we need a sponsor. So let me see if I can find someone to call that will maybe sponsor our show. Zeke, I'm making a phone call. Be ready to bleep something out. I'm calling Mike Gaines from the Cassette Junkies. Let's see if we can. He owns a coffee company.
Coffee guy.
He owns a coffee company. Let me know if we have him on the line, Zeke. We'll see what happens.
Hello,
Mike Gaines.
Hey, what's up, Jim?
It's me, Jim Miller from the Dangerous Jim Show. I am here with my friend Tim Anderson, formerly of the Naked Karate Girls, now with the Whammies.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Mike, how you
How's
doing?
it going?
Good.
So, Mike, if you guys don't know, let's put Mike owns a company called Laturza Coffee. You're the owner, right, Mike? Or one of them?
I'm the manager.
He's the manager.
My brother's owner.
David Gaines. David Gaines, yeah. And what people don't know is I actually went to Belize with Mike Gaines and played some concerts in Belize with Mike Gaines and David Gaines. And Mike Oakley on the guitar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good band. So,
that was a blast.
Mike,
dude.
the reason we're calling you is, and I know we're just calling you out of the blue, but however, we need a sponsor for the show. Will Laturza Coffee will you sponsor us? All we ask for is 1 pound of coffee that we can drink.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Okay.
You know it.
Now that's Laturza Coffee. See, look at that, Zeke. See how easy it is?
Bingo. Yeah. When you put them on the spot, they'll do anything.
Well, so far, you're our only sponsors.
You backed me into a corner, Jim. So do I have a choice?
No, there's one. Yeah, you sound like a real jerk if you said no on the live podcast. See, that's how you do it, right? Maybe we'll just get sponsors the whole time. So, Mike, thank you.
There you go.
Mike's in the Cassette Junkies. Let's give him. Let's put his website down here. And what's the Laturza Coffee website?
LaTerzaCoffee.com.
LaTerza LaTerza.com. Let's put the Cassette Junkies.
LaTerza Coffee. With coffee.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Yep.
LaTerzaCoffee.com. So what we'll do is we'll consider you our first sponsor. Every time we come here, we'll make some LaTerza coffee. Tim and I will enjoy that, and we'll talk about LaTerza Coffee and your location there in the Brentwood Bowl on Winton Road.
Okay.
Every chance we get, and everybody get out there and see the Cassette Junkies, too. We'll put the Cassette Junkies down on your website.
Yeah, you guys have a pretty big schedule coming up, don't you?
Yeah, we got a lot of shows. I feel like, we kind of get in that rut every year where we're like, do we have enough shows? And then we start saying yes to things, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, shoot, we're like 40 shows deep. Maybe we should slow down a little bit.
So, I got it, man. Yeah, well, you keep going. I'm super proud of you. I know we've known each other for a long time. We love your band. Thanks for being our first sponsor. All we need is a pound of coffee, coarsely ground coffee, and we'll make it right here at U-Rock 2 Studios. So thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome to the sponsorship team.
For sure, man.
Right.
Thanks for calling.
See you, buddy.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you. See you. Bye.
See, that's how you get sponsors, right?
Back them into a corner.
It's business. Let's call one more person. I feel like I'm going to go crazy and call people today.
Okay.
I'm just going to randomly call another person in the music industry, and we'll see what happens, see if they answer or not. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to call Zeke. I'm going to call one more person. Jamie said she likes these random phone calls. So I'm going to make one more call. All right. Let's see who's going to answer the phone this time and what we can talk about.
Hello, mystery caller.
Hello? Let me know if anyone answers. So far, this segment's going good, except for this part, right?
Please leave your message for...
This is your brother. Greg, I'm here with Tim Anderson, your brother, and we're very disappointed that you didn't answer your phone. And I've decided that you never answer me when I call you. I've been calling you for 25 years. Does he answer when you call?
No.
Yeah, so I'm going to call you on every show, Greg. And if you feel like you want to participate in the Dangerous Jim Show podcast, call us back. It's Greg Anderson from the Classic Rock Experience.
Greg. And it's my brother, which makes it really
went
funny.
good for one, went bad for the second one. Right? So here we are. Now, today's episode is going to be called How to Be a Better Band Member, how to be a better band member, right? Now, I know a lot of you out there in bands, but this is not just for people that are in bands. This is for the families of the band members, friends of the band members, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about that today.
Yes. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Now, we've isolated it where we found 10 different personality types that go into a band. There's many more, but we've put 10 of them up. You got them up there, Zeke? Look at that. Here's 10 of them. Let's unpack today's episode, Tim.
There you go.
Let's get into
the meat.
That's right. We're getting into the meat of the show. So we've isolated 10 different personality types of people that are in bands.
Yep.
We've got number one, we have gung-ho guy.
Usually the guy that starts the band.
Yes. Number two, we have unavailable guy.
The guy who's in every other band.
Yes. No, number three, we have late guy.
Me.
Yep. Number four, we have unprepared guy.
I've been there.
Number five, we have lazy guy. That's Zeke. Number six, we have negative guy, unsatisfied guy. Number seven, we have party guy. Number eight, we have screws up live guy. Number nine, we have communication guy. Number 10, we have social media guys. Let's unpack this. If I'm starting a band, or the first person that you need before any band can start is gung-ho guy.
Always a guy.
What are some of the personality types of the gung-ho guy?
An A-type personality.
Type A personality?
Yeah, type A personality. He's got the whole entire idea in his head pretty much.
Right. So the gung-ho guy, he usually starts the band. Mm-hmm. He has an idea for the direction of the band. He typically has a major role in the band.
Yes.
Often, and I might as well say this now, every band dies without the gung-ho guy.
Yes.
Somebody's got to book the gigs, man. So usually the gung-ho guy books the gigs. He helps, handles the set list. There's a lot of things that the gung-ho guy shoulders, right?
Yes.
So I'll be gung-ho guy for a minute.
Okay.
Because that's what I am in my band. If my band's listening out there, I want to make sure this is clear. When we're going through some of these things, if anybody from Dangerous Jim and the Slims is listening, and I start talking negatively about any of these things, I'm not speaking about my own band.
And I would like that stated as well about my bands as well. I'm not speaking negatively of anyone. No names are being handed out, but...
Well, I might be talking about you guys in the Slims. We're going to find out, aren't we? We'll see what happens. I may be.
The funny thing is, I've looked at this list, and I've been every one of those guys at one point. We all kind of have. But
me too. Yeah. So let's talk. Here I am, got my phone, and I am gung-ho guy. I'm getting ready to set up a rehearsal right here at U-Rock 2 Studios. I'm going to text you. You're the band member. Tim, hey... I'm excited. How about Tuesday night? Let's get together 7 o'clock at U-Rock.
Tuesday night. Well, I've got,
What do you got?
Tuesday night, yeah, I've got softball.
Softball?
I got a softball game that night. I can't do that.
All right, how about Wednesday?
And then, then usually they're like, either they're going to say, if they're interested, they'll either say, okay, I can't do it on Tuesday night, but I can do it on Wednesday night.
Yes.
If they're not interested, they'll say, I can't do Tuesday.
Right.
And then you don't hear anything else.
I got you. So
I've always seen that.
And also, this isn't just for people that are in bands. This is for families too.
Yes.
Ladies and guys, if you're ladies in a band, remember, please don't weigh your man down with a bunch of stuff. Remember, he's trying to play in a working band. He's trying to make grocery money for the family.
Yes.
So if he's going to miss your niece's birthday party, you're going to have to let him slide, right?
Oh my gosh, I've missed so much of that stuff.
Yeah. And Tim and I, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but at my house, I've set it up where everyone knows I'm gigging and I'm going to rehearsal. And there's not really a, hey, honey, can I go to practice kind of thing. It's just, I got rehearsal then, I'm gigging then, I'm open other times.
Yep.
Now, while we're on Unavailable Guy, this is so important. If you're out there and you're starting your own band, if you call or text in these days another guy, Tim, how about Tuesday night? And what's the worst thing?
Worst thing is I see that text and then squirrel.
Yeah. Or worse than that, or you go, well, I got rehearsal with my other band, right?
Or, yeah.
So guys, listen to me closely. If you're starting a new band, if you are a gung-ho guy like me and you're trying to get new guys, try at all costs to avoid someone that plays in another band. I'm sorry. Yes. Because remember, say you play in another band, right? There's another gung-ho guy that's not here right now that is trying to make your band work a lot. It very rarely works when you're guys, if as gung-ho guy, you want your band to rise to the next level, it's never going to work if you got guys that play in other bands. Never going to work.
You usually need a guy that can commit to your band. If you're first. Yeah, put us down as first.
Right.
If we got a Tuesday night off and you want to play, cool. Go play with your Latin band. Go do something like that. If you've got a Friday or Saturday off, cool. Go ahead and take it. But just know, the way we always did it, just know that if we have a show, you're first on the list, and we really love for you to be there. We rarely did that. We had a few people that played in a bunch of bands. But
that's a pain in the ass, man.
If
you got a choice out there, don't do it. Now, let's talk about, let's stay on Unavailable Guy for a minute. Some things are fine, right? So if you're a gung-ho guy like me, and I invite you to a show, and you say, that's my daughter's birthday, I can't go, what the hell? We got practice, man. There's things.
Where's your priorities?
Yeah, there's things, like family stuff, within reason. I'm talking about your immediate family. Other things, vacations are fine as long as people know about it. Yep. There are things, sickness in the family, but mostly in general, you got to be available, right?
Being available is huge. If
you want to be in a good band, you got to be available to rehearse. You got to commit the time to it.
That's why a lot of bands rehearse late in the evening.
Right.
The Beatles were known for that. They would rehearse from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m.
Wow.
And sleep.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next guy. So now we got rehearsal together. Everybody's here. We found out we're practicing on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We're going to get over here at U-Rock. We're going to practice at 7 o'clock. What does that mean? For rehearsal, what does 7 o'clock mean to you? When I say our band is practicing at 7, what does that tell you?
7 o'clock is, okay, typically it is be ready to hit the first song at 7 o'clock.
That's right.
That's usually what it is.
We're going to start playing at 7. So what I do when I text my guys, and I'm telling you, the Slims are the world's greatest band. As far as all these things, everyone here is, and all these, they aren't any of these things, really. I'm just joking. Or are you? But anyway, so we say start playing at 7. Now, say I'm coming to rehearsal, and you set up the rehearsal.
Yeah.
And I'm running late. What should I do? Should I just show up a half an hour late?
No, it's call or text. Call or text, yeah.
Because there's also a lot of work that can get done if one guy's late, but that doesn't mean you show up late.
Exactly.
Right? So be on time. Now, additionally, Zeke, we're going to need you to chime in here. We'll probably cover this in our How to Be a Better live band episode. But Zeke, what about a guy that shows up late to the gig when you got everything set up already? Give us some insight onto that.
Those are the worst kind of people.
Right. So Zeke runs a big sound company.
That's stress.
Showing up late to the gigs is a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass for gung-ho guy. Why is it a pain in the ass for gung-ho guy? Tell me.
Because he's got all the other pressure of making sure everything else is running smoothly. Right. Now you have to wait on one person.
That's right.
It sucks when you don't know what's happening, but there are times where you have to be late guy, but overcompensate for that by
leaving early, man.
Leaving early or getting there, and I'll have everything set up. I'll be ready to roll. You guys just roll. You guys set up your stuff. I can bring mine in. Boom. I'll be ready to go at that time.
Yeah.
I don't like being late. At a show, I don't like being late guy because it's just, you got the stress and then all of a sudden you got to get up and play.
Get it. And if you are late, please, if you're not gung-ho guy in the band, please text the band leader, let them know what's going on. Not really too much to it. Show up on time.
Always
if you're going to be late, let them know. And my Slims, I get a text from everybody. We say we're going to start playing at 7. If someone's going to be here at 7:10, I'll get a text say, hey, 10 minutes late. I say, man, I love you so much. I love you so much. Now, we got rehearsals together. Here we are. Gung-ho. I'll be gung-ho guy again.
One more thing for late guy. Early is on time.
Ooh.
On time is stress. Late is fired.
Oh, fired. Yeah.
I just started doing a job, and I saw that written on the board, and I'm like, that's a good one.
So if you ever start your own band, you're going to fire somebody when they're late? Is that what you're going to do?
Unacceptable. That was it. Unacceptable. But still, fired scares people.
All right. So now we got we've established what night we're practicing.
Yep.
We're going to start playing at 7. Now we have songs. We've picked songs that we're going to do at rehearsal.
Yes.
Right. So let's say we're going to do 10 songs.
Okay.
What I do with my band as gung-ho guy is I text everybody an agenda of what we're going to do at rehearsal. So if they're not on top of it, they're not on top of it, right? How does it work in your band, the Whammies?
We do
the Whammies down here, the Whammies.
The Whammies, yes. We do, we'll do about 10 songs. We'll send out an MP3 of how we think the song should go in what key and stuff like that, because that's a big deal, is what key it's going to be in.
Of course, yeah.
I've had, people be like, well, okay, yeah, I can sing it in this key. And then like, oh, it's really high. Let me sing it in a lower key. And then they're like, well, I've got to go back and relearn the song now.
Got it. And so what I do, if you're a gung-ho guy out there, what I do with my guys, say we're going to learn 3 new songs. I send them the link to the exact key and pretty close to the same arrangement they're going to use, so there's no questions.
Yes.
And you know what my Slims do if we're practicing at 7? They're all sitting back there about 10 till, and at 7 o'clock we launch into that first song in that key and basically in that arrangement. It doesn't take too long.
So usually it's, if you're going to be there at 7 o'clock for band practice, that usually means get there at 6:30.
Damn right.
6:30, because you got a bunch of stuff set up, make sure levels are right, and then you can run right at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's usually what
So
we do.
unprepared guy is who we're talking about, who shows up and he doesn't know the material. So what's the old saying? Practice at home, rehearse with your band. Now, say we got 5 songs we're going to play.
Yeah.
And you're the guitar player in the band, and everyone knows the expectation is that we're gonna learn these 5 songs.
Yep.
Now, if we're practicing on Sunday, on Saturday, if you get busy and you're not ready for all 5 songs, what is the professional thing to do?
Let them know which ones you are.
Tell everybody in advance, because most people are cramming. We don't do things. I don't learn a song on Wednesday when I got to play it Sunday. I learn it Sunday morning. So if you're not ready, let everybody know.
Yep.
Right? Now, additionally, as far as being prepared for rehearsal, let's talk about this. How can gung-ho guy make somebody be unprepared? If I'm the band leader and you're coming in, how can I sabotage your preparation?
By giving, we're going to do these 10 songs. And by the way, we're going to do these other 5.
Too many songs.
Too many. 10's too many.
So if you're learning songs and you're the gung-ho guy, usually you're all excited. Here's 10 songs. Be ready for all of these. But people have lives. You got lives, and especially if it's a complicated song. So gung-ho guy, who's the number one guy in the band, can cause people to be unprepared by picking too many songs to be prepared for. Right?
Yes.
It can cause that stuff, right? And that you can also, by giving people too many songs, you know what else you can do? You can create unavailable guy, because now he's like, shit, dude, I don't have time for 10 songs. You know what? I got Dart League.
Or the other thing is, we got 10 songs to prepare for, and I can only practice for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be able to get through all these, is the other thing we always ran into.
And you know what else you create too, is you create late guy. Because late guy, of course, he's late, waiting until the last minute. Now he's still at his house an hour before he's supposed to be leaving for practice, trying to make all these notes and everything.
I know of someone who has Ubered to band practice because he was creating stems, which are basically the tracks for the songs.
Yeah.
So he Ubered to practice so he could be in the back of the car fixing them last minute and get there and do that. But he's that way. He likes to live on the edge.
Got it. So be prepared. Most band guys are prepared, and everybody understands this. But if you're not ready, and your band leaders pick certain songs, let everybody know in advance, so then nobody has to learn them.
Exactly.
And then what else can I do? Say you're not ready. What's the worst thing I can do if I'm trying to keep my band ready for long? If you text me Saturday and you say I only got time for 4 songs, what's the worst thing that I as gung ho guy can do?
Get on my case.
I can jump your ass, right? Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep a band together for a long time.
Yes.
So if you're a gung-ho guy, don't ride the guy's ass if he's not ready every now and then. It's okay. There's still plenty of stuff you can work on with songs you already know.
Exactly. I know you asked for 10 songs to be done. I'm good with these 5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just concentrate on those 5
right.
because, and on top of it, you're trying these 10 songs and you're hoping that these 10 songs will work.
Yeah.
That's something. Another little issue that we always ran into was, I don't think this Billie Eilish song is going to work, because we had talked about doing one of those.
And Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Irish, Eilish, eyelid. Anyway. So they wanted to do one of the songs. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think it's going to work because she sings very quietly.
Yes.
And everything is really kind of pounding. And then she's got this soft, cute little voice. But I'm like, I don't think it's going to work. So I kind of had to push back a little bit on that one. And they figured, okay, well, we'll put that one a little bit on the back burner. Thank God it fell off the burner.
Sometimes they don't work in rehearsal, right?
They don't, yeah.
All right, so let's move on. So we've already had gung-ho guy, unavailable guy, late guy, unprepared guy, or prepared. Let's be positive. Most people show up prepared, but if you don't, start.
Yeah.
Let's go to lazy guy, motivated guy. Right?
Lazy guy. Okay.
The lazy guy is the one that he, to me at least, he's got nothing going on, but he doesn't want to practice.
He's also usually high.
Right. Now, hey. Uh-oh. So the lazy guy doesn't want to practice.
Lazy, yeah.
Right. So he doesn't want to reverse for that reason. Now,
and he's also excited to get out of the house because he gets to hang with his bros.
Oh.
And there's that guy. Man, can we just...
But here's the thing. A lot of times, say there's 8 guys in the band, right?
That's a lot.
The drummer, and I'm not talking about my drummer, or am I? So the one guy goes, I know all these songs. We don't need to practice. But guess what? There's no I in band.
Yeah.
You might need to practice for someone else. So if you don't want to go to rehearsal, remember that there's nothing wrong with rehearsal, but secondarily, maybe someone else needs to practice.
Yes.
I personally, as a singer, I like to sing the songs a lot. If we haven't played for a few weeks, I just like to practice.
Yep.
So sometimes there can be, a guy that doesn't want to do it. Now you being a former Naked Karate Girls person.
Yes.
You could never have a lazy guy in the Naked Karate Girls for this reason. You got to have 15 outfits ready to go, right?
Yep.
Even, so lazy guy could also come in, and also, most people are prepared, to be clear. But lazy guy can come in and say, hey guys, this time we need a black shirt. Right. You need a plain black t-shirt. You need a black sports coat for this gig.
Yeah.
Some people, they got a blue shirt, and they're, so some people don't want to dress up. But in your case, with the 15 or so years you were in the Naked Karate Girls,
that was a big thing for us.
A big undertaking. Like just wearing these. I'm going to try these.
Yeah.
Tim brought some stuff. Now,
I was cleaning out my closet.
Could you actually play a gig wearing these things?
Those ones are a little bit hard. Mm-hmm. Those are a little bit hard.
Yeah. Let me see.
But I've got these.
Wow. Let me see these things. All right. Behind the scenes with Tim.
There you go. Put those.
I'm going to try.
Put those on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see these. Oh, I saw you come on stage many times wearing these.
I love those things.
Come on stage.
But the cool thing is they're like super bright and everything, but you can't see the light really. Right. With the way this shines out.
I love this, man. I feel pretty good.
But it was fun. It was fun because we would okay, we're going to do, say, this song. Okay, what can we do with it that would be fun? Right. That kind of thing.
And so just going out, this shows you're not lazy guy in the band. Now, you've been many of the other ones, but you've never been lazy guy. Just going out and doing something extra for the gig, doing something extra, man. Getting a new shirt, getting some new shoes, doing something to make yourself stand out on stage. How do you even find stuff like this in the first place?
Amazon has everything.
Okay.
Amazon has everything. And on top of it, I do like to tinker around with building and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So in April 26th, we've got Whammies have their glow party that we're doing. Yeah. And I put myself in charge of making our outfits.
Nice.
So I've got like the...
Look at you.
Yeah, I've got...
You're a seamstress.
Well, kind of.
Seamstress for the band. Ballerina. Okay. Tell me.
Okay. So we got like these white overalls, and I got neon paint and just doused the hell out of them. And they came out looking really cool.
Really?
And we tried them onto black light, and they just pop.
Extra effort,
So extra effort.
Yeah, man.
My wife, great. My wife got an idea last night of because I've got all of this, all this space back here.
I wasn't going to comment on that, but
So apparently she's got an idea to paint my head at one point.
Paint your head?
Like, well,
All right, Dan.
okay, we'll see what happens.
All right, Dan.
It's,
I like that.
Always something to go one little bit.
look, and
above.
there's that's what some of the extra effort that it takes.
Exactly.
And so, there's not a lot to it, but mainly, if you don't feel like rehearsing, go anyway. Someone else probably needs the rehearsal. If you don't feel like rehearsing, go anyway because it makes the band tighter. Don't be lazy.
Yeah. All right.
So let's just move on while we're here.
I want to be cool like you. And
Actually, we're going to take a short break right here.
all right.
Then we'll walk around and we'll come right back. This is the Dangerous Gym Show. Stay tuned. It's how to be a better band member. You got this.
So, Dad, as you know, I've played many, many concerts. Right. So here's what happens if you're out in the audience. If you're watching, it's great. If you're listening to your headphones, hopefully you're walking or you're doing something constructive in your life. But here's what happens. You get done playing a set, right? And you've seen me play, haven't you, Dad?
Yes, I have.
And what am I doing when I'm after the set? What am I doing?
You're just walking around, not knowing where you're going,
But I'm sweating.
you're sweating. Yeah,
I'm sweating profusely. So if anyone out there that plays music, what happens, I usually finish the set. I'll go back in the dressing room because I'm sweating. I'll put on a fresh shirt. But more important than that, have you ever talked to somebody with bad breath?
Yes, I have.
Sucks, right?
Oh, yes.
So what I do is I keep this in my gig bag. This is called Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath, right? Now, it sounds crazy. And if you take a look, it's actually black gel, right? It's black gel, so it doesn't look too appetizing. But what you do is you just take a little bit of it, put it on your tongue, try it. Try it. Seriously. Try it. Doesn't look great, but it is. Try it. So what that does is, as you know, Dad, we're a super popular band. So after the set, I'm not going to sit there and brush my teeth, but I keep this little jar. It's called Black Sabbath. Doesn't your breath feel fresher?
Oh, it feels great.
And of course, it's music related because they're calling it Black Sabbath. So, but again, it's just gel. If you just need a quick freshen up, you don't have to put much on it. Put a little bit on your tongue. Try it again. A little bit more on your tongue, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's so good. I was thinking of having that as dessert sometime after my meals.
Why not? What's better than a big bowl of Black Sabbath?
Yeah, that's what I
They
always
make
say.
this at Lush. If you've ever been in Lush, they make all these soaps and all kinds of great stuff. So Black Sabbath, you can order it online, or you can go into the Lush store. Ask them. It's Black Sabbath for extra fresh breath.
All right. Yes. We're back, Tim. I want to tell you, you're doing a fantastic. Where are you?
These are the incognito glasses is what they are.
Where's my coffee? You know what? While I have these on, I'm glad I have this. How do you pronounce this? Tell me.
Pahani.
Pahani. I'm glad I have this Pahani water.
Pahani.
These guys sponsor the Whammies, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a drink. I'm thinking about it.
It's
You want me to
really
sing-
good. It's
let me sing
really
a
good.
Dangerous
morning.
Gym song for you. Watch.
Okay.
Listen. Honey, I've been thinking about all the crap that I have done. I left you chasing around our kids while I got drunk and had fun. My wife doesn't like that part of the song. Sorry, Randy, if you're listening. Sorry about that. So we got Pawnee Water keeping us hydrated.
Yeah.
We have Zeke in the booth. This is the Dangerous Gym Show. Welcome to it.
Yes.
This is the How to Be a Better Band Member podcast. So far, we've touched on many different things, and we want you to get your advice for your band from guys that actually play in bands, right?
All right. I got to take these off though. Unfortunately, I can't. Really can't see in those.
Wow.
They're incognito. They're incognito. All right.
Between the two of us, we played literally 4,000 shows, right? So,
At least.
So I feel like we have a pretty good handle on all these different band types. We talked about gung-ho guy. We talked about unavailable or available guy. We talked about late guy and on-time guy. We talked about unprepared guy and prepared guy. We talked about lazy guy, right? And we talked about the guy that's gung-ho and ready to do it, right? He wants to do it. This is a vital one, right? So say I'm in the band, right? I'm in the band, and I send out a text to everyone in the band, and it says, "Hey, everybody, we're playing. Here's the setup instructions for the Glendale Street Fair. Here's all the stuff, right?"
Oh yeah, and there's a lot.
This is when sometimes in band communication, our next personality type, and everybody has someone like this in their band. It's negative guy.
Or has been that guy.
Negative guy, yeah. And I'm that guy in my mind, but being the band leader, I can't afford to be negative guy. Sometimes I get negative on the negative guy, and then we got double negatives. It's a whole production going on, right? But different people at different times can be negative guy. Yeah. Now, let's talk about some of the ways you can be negative guy in a band.
Are we going to be playing outside? How long is a set going to be?
How long?
Yeah. All that.
That's not very much money.
Are we going to get money? That's another big one.
Are we getting paid? Fed?
Are we getting fed? Yeah, we should have a whole new personality type. He always wants the free shit guy.
Free shit guy.
Yeah, free shit guy. We don't have that one. Oh, we're getting fed. So, but here's another way. Yeah. Here's a few things where, like, this doesn't happen in my band anymore, at least not within my earshot. But what I don't want is we go, let's rehearse this song. And so one guy goes, "Oh, fuck, I hate this song.
Yeah, I hate this artist.
It doesn't work.
I hate this song. I hate this artist." Yeah.
Yeah. So, these are the songs. I mean, it'd be great if every song that we could play was our favorite, but this is a business. It's the music business, right? It's a business.
Yes.
Sometimes you play songs you don't like. That's just the way it goes. Now, keep in mind that someone else in the band actually likes it, right?
Right.
We don't pick songs that everyone hates. Do you? Does the Whammies play any songs that everyone hates?
No, because if everyone hated it, we usually drop it because nobody's got the willpower to keep doing the song that you don't like to begin with. That's what makes it. That's part of the thing that makes Negative Guy is what makes Negative Guy is that he's in a band that he thought was going to go one way, and then all of a sudden it starts going another way. So he starts getting negative. Like, I thought we were going to do all these rock songs. Now all of a sudden we're doing these pop and.
No, there's some validity to that. But the other way, if you're out there, please remember, if you're lucky enough to have a guy that's booking the gigs and he's helping play the shows, try to be as positive as you can. Because remember, that guy's doing more work than anyone else.
Yes.
Another way that we could be a negative guy is if me and you, or say you're the keyboard player, I'm the guitar player, and we are in turn talking negatively about the situation in the band.
Yes.
Right? I'm a sober member. I'm a sober person, right?
Yep.
I have a sponsor. And my sponsor, here's what he does, right? There's a place, I'm not going to mention the name of the place, but it's like a clubhouse where all recovering people go. And if I were to say to my sponsor, Tim Anderson's a piece of shit. He did this, he did that. If John, my sponsor, had your phone number, he'd go, "Hey, Jim's here. He has some issues with you. Or you want to talk to him?" So, the negative guy can really bring down the band, right?
Negative guy can, he spreads like wildfire. He can spread like wildfire.
And that's what brings bands down more than anything else. It's a negative guy.
Yeah, we've had that before and didn't realize that it was Negative Guy until he left. And then all of a sudden it was like, everybody was like a little bit happier.
I get it. Well, there's always a passive aggressive nature, especially, and I don't even know how to say this without sounding like a jerk, but I don't care what people think anymore. I'm 60 years old.
Exactly.
Sometimes there's a passive aggressiveness towards the guy that gets all the attention. Right?
Yep.
And that can you can have some of the other guys simmering because it's always focused on him. But again, for at least in my band and also in your band, I'm sorry, but I didn't name it Dangerous Jim because I'm the greatest guy in the band. But the focus is typically on the lead instruments and the front guys. It's just the way it goes, right?
Very much so.
It's just the way it goes. And but sometimes there's going to be some negative energy going towards the guys that are getting more of the attention than others.
Right.
So the negative guy can really bring it down. And that goes for text. That's what I was talking about. What I've done in the past, I've had my band for 25 years, just Dangerous Jim and the Slims. And there's always some negative guys sometimes. So instead of sending a group text with the band info, I'll text that dude individually. Right? How does that go with my band? I'm not talking about my band.
No.
Or am I?
So now if you've been in the Dangerous Jim and the Slims and you've gotten an individual email,
you know why?
Text message.
Sorry. I might be without my band when we're done. My guys are the best, though, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you can't find these guys. You can't find these guys because what happens when gung ho guy? What you got to do? And if you're out there and you're a band leader, you already understand all this stuff, and maybe you can get a screenshot of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But if you have these guys, it doesn't mean you get a new guy right away.
Right.
Like if when I first start the band and you're an unavailable guy, hey, what about Tuesday? Then later you go, dude, you got dart league, you're in softball. I mean, your niece is my brother. You know, you got to. Is my dad here?
I was gonna say, I think
Dad, let me hear. Is Dad?
The Dangerous Jim Show.
Dad.
What's the name of the show?
Dangerous Jim Show.
Wait, what is it?
The Dangerous Jim Show.
How many times?
The Dangerous Jim Show.
My dad's drunk again.
Dangerous Jim Show.
Zeke.
The Dangerous Jim Show.
Zeke, get him out of the booth.
And the Dangerous Jim Show.
Wow, I like that last one. The Dangerous Jim Show and the Dangerous Jim Show.
The inflection.
The Dangerous Jim and the Dangerous Jim Show.
All right. So we've touched on 7 personality types. If you're negative, stop it. If you're negative,
6.
Don't do it on the text. 6, sorry. If you're negative, don't talk around. Be positive. So many people would like to be in a working band. If you're in one, be in it, be happy, get up there on the stage, play the gigs. If you don't want to do that, don't be in the band, right?
Negative.
And additionally, and I'll say one more thing because I have a lot of thoughts about this. Negative guy also doesn't like the gigs. Be like, why are we playing here?
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? Now, that's cool. Let's say you're a negative guy. Let's say, here, let's do a little role play.
Yeah.
I'm going to be gung-ho guy. Say, hey, we're playing at ABC Bar.
ABC
Now,
Bar, right.
You tell me.
Oh, great! That's an outside bar, isn't it?
No,
we get to play straight to the bar staff, don't we?
Yeah, and so what I think in my mind is gung ho guy. When you say that, I think, well, what gigs you got?
Yeah,
right?
what gigs have you got?
We'll play where you. Why don't you book a gig? Right, we could do that. Right, I got an idea, negative guy. How about I be the lead singer of the band and you book the gig? Let's do that. Right,
and you always have to. That was something that I learned pretty quick. Was even though you're playing a martini bar on a Thursday night and there are 5 people in the bar. Yeah. But the thing is you play as if there are 500 people in the bar. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is we did that show in Columbus in a martini bar. Right. There was maybe 5 people there. Yeah. We got 3 weddings out of that show. Right. 2 from one couple and then 1 from another couple. Yeah. But I mean, we did that wedding. And then somebody saw us at that wedding, was like, oh my gosh, we love you.
Every single time.
Gigs,
that's why you got to rehearse.
Gigs.
And sometimes people say to me about live performance, they say, man, he's too enthusiastic. He's always, but I never let the energy drop. If there's only 2 people out there, I still play like I'm playing in Riverfront Coliseum.
Exactly.
That's just how I've always done it. Because you never know. And also you're practicing for when you got bigger shows, right?
Your vibe.
You're getting ready. You're getting ready for your close-up. You may be playing for 3 people in Northern Kentucky, but next show could be a big show at River's Edge in Hamilton for 5,000. You got to get your stage moves tight.
Your vibe on stage will depict how the crowd interacts with you.
And I also think as gung-ho guy that if I can't let the gig die because I got to set a good example for the other 7 guys in my band. I'm not going to let it die. I am not going to let that gig die. I've never let a gig die in my life. And if you don't play in a band, what that means is there's no energy. You don't talk in between songs. You let it die. The room's quiet and you let it be quiet. I do not let it be quiet. I try to throw love and light out into even if it's the bartenders. How do you know that bartender's not going to leave there and become a band booker at another bar the very next week?
Exactly.
Anything can happen. Yep. And also, finally, as a professional musician for 42 years, you being behind me a little bit, 30-something.
30-something, yeah.
I owe it to myself to play every single gig as hard as I can. I owe it to myself to be the performer that I think I can be. Now, jury's out on whether I'm any good at it or not. But for me, I owe it to myself to give it my all the whole gig.
Right.
Right. Well, we got another guy coming up. Let me hear some. Give me some music, Zeke. Oh no. Hey, Casey.
Oh,
please
yeah.
Don't, Casey, if you're out there, please don't sue me for using your music right here. You may get an email that the Dangerous Jim Show is using Couple Skate. If you do, please approve it. Now, here's where we are.
But we love you.
Now we're with Party Guy.
Party Guy.
He may be sober at rehearsal, right? Give it to me, little Casey. Give me, little Les. He may be sober at rehearsal. You get to the gig, the drummer's there, and then the bass player, whoever's there, he's there 2 hours before the gig. He's sitting at the bar.
Sitting at the bar drinking,
Yeah. That's trouble, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's trouble.
Usually the drinker or the guy who likes to get high and stuff like that. Mainly the issue with Party Guy is that he doesn't get out of the house that much.
Party guy. Oh, yeah, well.
Party guy can never get out of the house because he's working.
It's interesting. So
he's working. He's got a wife.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to really go and hang with the dudes
Yeah.
like he used to. So it's like, yeah, we're going to use practice and the show
as
my social life.
Interesting.
That's what party
you
life.
know what's weird? I was thinking about what you just said while you were talking. Instead of listening, I was thinking about what I was going to say. Classic, right? What I was thinking about was with my group, at least. We barely talk at rehearsal. I'm telling you, we show up, everyone sits down. We might talk for 5 minutes. We mostly rehearse, and then we go home. And then even at the gigs, I very rarely talk to my guy. We don't even really talk. We get up there, we do the job, we get back home. Man.
A couple of Whammies guys are like you, where they just they love to talk. So we'll do.
You're saying that in a complimentary way.
Very complimentary way. Yeah.
Or is he?
Or is he? Yeah. But we always, we would do, we would be here for 3 hours. Yeah. And it would be 2 hours of rehearsal.
Yeah.
And then an hour of chit chat and stuff like that.
Right.
And we would usually wait until after practice to start talking about, stuff, upcoming shows, that kind of thing. Right. Or, hey, the songs we just did, what if we were to do this? Can we change that? Any ideas there? But when it comes to practice, it's like focus, stay on focus. Right. And otherwise, you just like, just
go down the songs and get out of there.
Yeah, go down the songs. And it's like, no, this one actually, this song, the drum beat is bumpa-cha, not cha-pumpa-ta, cha-pumpa-ta. Okay. No, I think you're wrong. It is pa-tumpa-cha. No, it's pa-tumpa-ta. Yeah. Okay, great. Now we got to get on YouTube. We have to pull up the video.
Yeah, that's what I do. I put it right up in the microphone.
Yeah.
Everyone hates that. But
and then, that's where it's like, the time can go a little.
Let's talk a little bit more at this point.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit more about drugs and alcohol in the music business. Because now we're in Party Guy.
Yeah.
Music is about, and being a sound man, which is way easier. Being a sound man or being in a band is one of the few jobs where no one blinks if you drink while you work.
Exactly. They expect you to.
And so, mostly I have to say, I don't want to sound like I'm on my high horse and I've never been unavailable, or I've always been available. I'm usually on time. I'm always prepared. I haven't been lazy. But if you guys have worked with me out there, I think you know that I may have been Party Guy at times.
May have.
See, give me a picture. Pull up something. Let's just take a look. See that picture?
Good Lord.
As you can see there, that is me with the Wilmington number 13 shirt on.
Yeah.
And so in that band, I was not the gung-ho guy. I was not the leader of the band. I was just in the band. Right?
You were just in. Yeah, look at that look in your face.
That's my friend Doug Singleton, that Budweiser that's holding him back in the right back there.
In the yellow shirt?
Yeah. He, unfortunately, it just goes to show you the lead singer is always in front of everybody because that's the poor drummer. He didn't even get in the picture. And that's my friend Mark Stevens, and that's Jeff Dennis. But anyway, I have been Party Guy before.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like, I'm sober now. And the classic thing about recovery is you try to downplay. You say, well, I wasn't that drunk. Right. Now, I probably have been intoxicated on stage, and if anybody out there's ever worked with me, let me know.
Usually at the end of the evening is when that usually happens, when you get the worst.
But mostly, the guys that are still doing it, like my age and your age, they're usually not heavy partiers, right? No. Because you can't maintain that lifestyle. And then my problem was that when I came out, I was playing on the road when that picture came out. And when I got home, I had a hard time letting go of that road lifestyle. And I was drinking in the bar, and I was all by myself, but I was still reliving all my glories. And it was a whole thing. Let me see that next picture, Zeke. Let's look at one more thing.
Oh, you got another one?
Yeah, I got one more. Now, I want to talk more about alcohol and music. Now, that is me in the back.
That sure is.
And do you know who that is in the front?
No.
That is Danny Joe Brown from Molly Hatchet, right? Now, my band, when I was in the band called Ozone, we opened up for Molly Hatchet twice. The first time.
Oh, wow.
The first time, and if anyone's ever played at Bogart's, the first time they had their tour bus parked in the back.
Yep.
And Danny Joe Brown, the guy pictured right here, who's now dead from liver failure, should be noted.
Okay.
He was drinking, he cracked open, it was about 4 hours before the show. He cracked open a bottle of Jim Beam and he started drinking it he got off the bus. And then they went up to sound check, and Danny Joe Brown, this is 3 hours before Molly Hatchet goes on stage.
Yeah.
He was down halfway. He was down halfway to the label.
Oh my God.
And so he was drinking during sound check, right? Now, he came on and he did a pretty good show. But after the Molly Hatchet show, after Molly Hatchet was done, Danny Joe Brown had my girlfriend backed into her corner. He was basically, he's a big guy. He had his hands on the walls, and she couldn't escape him. I had to tap him on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, Mr. Brown, could you? That's my girlfriend. Could you back up off?"
Basically, he was like, "Let me tell you about life on the road."
We talk like this, Danny Joe Brown, so we talk like this.
Let me tell you about life on the road, baby.
So you saw that. Bring that up. Let me say it one more time, Zeke, if you don't mind. So
it looks like
that was when Danny Joe Brown was drinking. So here's my whole point.
You know what this picture looks like?
Yeah.
Like you're the girlfriend right now, and Danny Joe Brown has got you cornered, and there you are in the back going, "Excuse me, that's my girlfriend."
Yeah. Well, he also, what he would say at every concert, he would say, "It's your party. What you going to do with it?" That goes for when you can't let the gigs die. Also goes for the audience. If you don't want to enjoy the band, it's fine with me, man. I'm getting paid either way.
Exactly.
And I'm doing the best I can do on stage, and I'm really challenging myself. If you want to have fun, have fun. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Your part. So the next time Danny Joe Brown was drinking, he did a pretty good job, right?
Okay.
It's all right. You know, he's drunk. And I also, it should be noted, later I saw him thrown up by the tour bus in the back of the alley behind Bogart's. He was on the side vomiting, right?
Which is so bad for your vocal cords.
And so they came back. Molly Hatchet came back 2 years later, and my band Ozone opened again. They were both sold out shows at Bogart's, and Danny Joe Brown was sober. Now, I want everyone to listen to me closely. You do not need drugs and alcohol in the music business. Danny Joe Brown on that Molly Hatchet show I watched from the side of the stage. He put on an absolute clinic in how to front a band. He was great. He was drinking water. He was very muscular. He, you know, we as creative people, we don't need that to be good. We're actually better. And if you're out there partying during your gigs, try some Pawnee. What is this?
Pawnee water.
Try some Pawnee water. You don't need to be buzzed to do it. I'm telling you, it's not necessary.
We would drink, NKG, when we first started, we would drink and things like that.
Yes.
And that was a big thing because we were always like, hey, be sure and buy shots for,
of course.
If it's your turn to buy rounds, buy rounds. Hey, if you guys are liking what we're doing, you can get us shots as well. We love Patron, blah, 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 blah. And so, we would drink, but we would try our best not to get drunk.
Yeah.
Especially me, I didn't like it because the funniest videos and the worst ones to see online are the ones of the singer or somebody doing Dave Grohl does that massive guitar solo and falls off stage.
Yeah, man.
And breaks his leg.
Think he was drunk?
No, I don't think he was. I just think what it was he just didn't realize where he was.
Yeah.
Falling on stage just makes it look like an epic failure.
I get it, man.
And it's just, even if it's just a simple, I'm not drunk, I fell, it kills the vibe of the show kind of thing. So I always want to be.
Just be cool, right?
I want to try and be on point.
Now,
when I do it,
in my experience, I've only been a band leader for, but for about 20 years I wasn't, and I was often a little bit intoxicated. But you don't need to be buzzed to play music, right? I'm telling you, it's like making sweet love to your lady. You don't need 5 shots, or you don't need 5 shots of whiskey to make love to your lovely wife, right?
Exactly.
It's fine. And also the thing I was thinking of is that it's only about 5 hours of your life. You could go get drunk all day Sunday. That's what I used to do.
After the show.
I'd have all my gig money for the weekend. And when I was working every weekend, I'd get hammered off my ass on Sunday about noon. I watched football all day, but I was at home. You still got plenty of time to party. So if you're out there partying at the gigs, knock it off. Knock it off.
Real quick story. Yes. NKG played in Sloppy Joe's, and we came up with the idea of getting
great place.
Yeah. Oh my God. So fun of getting people to buy shots. We were like, we are going to play La Bamba until somebody gets shots up here.
I've seen that on video.
And it's just, it's funny. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And we got a tray of shots. One night we did it. There were 3 people that went to the bar and got 4 shots and brought them up to stage. Meanwhile, there was another 2
there's a lot of liquor up there, huh?
We each had 5 shots in front of us, and it was just like, I was like kind of upset
I
because
get
I'm
it,
like,
man.
I
Wow,
can't.
that's a lot.
can't
And
really drink
me being a sober non-drinker nowadays,
Yeah.
people will hand me shots, and mostly, nowadays I just go, you know what, I don't even want it.
Yeah.
But when I first stopped drinking, I would sit on the side of the stage and tip it over.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, screw it, I don't drink, man. I don't want that. Give it to either one of these guys.
Yeah, hand off to somebody else.
My
Thank you.
philosophy, being gung ho guy or the band leader of the band with my guys, is I don't care if you drink, it's fine, right? But make sure if you walk on stage with a heroin needle hanging out of your arm, I really don't care as long as you can play the songs. So once you start turning party guy into our next guy. Now, our next guy would be Screws Up Live guy. Screws Up Live.
Yes.
Guy. So if you become party guy and then you're now into Screws Up Live guy who's making mistakes on stage, that's a huge problem.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right?
So we always, me personally with Screws Up Live guy was I can sit here and go over Journey song, When the Lights Go Down in the City and the thing. Okay, cool. But when you stand up and sing, it's different. It's different on your body.
I get it.
And I learned that one pretty quick. Like, oh yeah, I can drive around all day and listen to these songs and get it down that way.
Right.
And then I would get up and sing it, and it's like, oh, I can't do. It's like, why can't I do this all of a sudden? Same thing with guitar. I've seen that with guitar of playing acoustic, and I'm sitting. I can see where my fingers are and do all that stuff. Right. As soon as you stand up. And you have to start playing, it's a whole different thing. And I started realizing, like, wow, I really need to be prepared.
I got it.
Live.
It's so funny because when I stay in a lot of hotels, and I when I look back, they usually have full length mirrors, and I'll sit on the bed and I'll look at myself naked. And when I'm sitting down, I don't like what I see, but when I stand up, I feel like I look better.
Yeah, and
I don't even know why I brought that up.
You can suck it in.
I feel better when I do that. So there's other reasons, and what I'm talking about now is the guy that makes mistakes during the gigs. Now, look, I've made many. Being a singer, man, I never know. I blow the lyrics. Your brother is the classic.
Oh my gosh.
Greg Anderson from the Classic Rock Experiences, the classic guy, never knows the lyrics. But it's all right.
Yeah, I've learned from that. He just recently did a show. Sorry to throw you under the bus, wing. He just recently did a show here in town, and I got to go and see him. Yes. And his lyric cheat sheet was gone.
Oh boy,
he didn't have it. Oh, so he was like, "Okay,
start winging it.
It's a trial by fire."
I've botched the lyrics thousands of times. I've never had a fan come up and say, "You know what? You missed it."
As long as you botch the lyrics. And you give that look like, yep, that's what the lyrics are.
Who cares?
Something about a banana with a side to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So here's the other part about this. So you got a guy in the band, you're rehearsing here, right? And you got a guy that makes mistakes. Now everyone makes them, but sometimes there's certain guys in the band it could be the guy that never wants to rehearse that may make mistakes. Now it's going to happen. Now the other reason that someone could be making mistakes is a lack of rehearsal in between. So you got to be available guy. You got to be available guy to rehearse, so we don't have the train wrecks. My band, when we don't rehearse, we'll make 4 or 5 mistakes that we typically wouldn't make because we haven't been practicing, right?
So another one that we ran into that was Screws Up Live guy is not used to playing in front of people.
Oh,
yeah. Yes. You start getting in your own head.
Yeah.
That, oh my gosh, we're down at the Red Stadium, and I've got 3,000, 4,000 people staring at me right now, watching me do everything. And then that's what you're thinking the whole time. And you start messing stuff up.
Well, my little girl, we were headlining the EBM Fireworks a little while ago. It's been a few years. And my little girl, I was on the side of the stage, 10,000 people. We're getting ready to play on the Kentucky Summer. My little girl said, "Daddy, are you nervous?" I said, "Daddy's not nervous." She goes, "Daddy, there's a lot of people out there." You know why Daddy's not nervous? Listen to me closely if you play in a band. I'm not nervous for large crowds because we are rehearsed. My guys are available to rehearse. They show up on time. We practice the set that we're going to play. I'm not nervous at all because I know exactly what's going to happen, right? Just like a lawyer asking a question. I know what's going to happen, man. I'm not nervous at all because I know exactly what I'm doing. When we as a band have looked at the set list, I'm not nervous at all. I'm ready to rock, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to rock, man. Right? So let's keep going. We got, you got to rehearse. You got to show up. If you make mistakes, it's okay. But make sure, as the band leader, I can't jump your ass for making a mistake every time. But maybe I can mention on the side, maybe we should go over it.
If it's continuous mistake. Continuous mistake.
Right. And everyone knows the guys that I play with and the guys that you play with, I don't need to point out to them when they make a mistake. You know, it's not necessary. They know it. Everyone they want to be a good musician, so they know in advance, damn, I played that part wrong. And it probably won't happen again anyway because they value their skills.
I've had a couple of songs that I've done almost every single night. And for some reason, I completely forgot what the first line of the second verse is. Oh my gosh, if I don't get that, I'm going to get the rest of the second verse wrong.
Oh boy.
And then second verse comes and I'm going,
just keep going.
Keep going. And I'm like, I have done this song so many times. I suddenly don't remember that it's now that I'm in there. And it's like, it flows like that.
I love it, man.
And I miss that. And then the next thing is the next show, if I've got to remember, hey, you screwed it up once. It's not a big deal, but you do know that the line is for the second verse. Now that I know that, you know,
and you guys play a lot of weird songs. Let's go to the next thing. So now everything's cool. We're playing good. Everyone knows the songs. Everyone's staying sober on stage. But now we're in between, and I'm trying to, like, say we're going to rehearse on Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
Now I text all the guys and say, how about Tuesday at 7? Now, 6 out of 7, get back to me. Gotcha. Thumbs up. We'll be here then. Or here's the 5 songs we're going to learn. Is everybody cool?
Yes.
Thumbs up. Got it. But there's always one cat. And am I talking about somebody in my band? No, I'm not. Or am I? Or am I? Right? Am I?
Am I?
Yes. So there's always one dude that doesn't reply, the communication guy, right? So guys, if your band leader sends you something, please get back to him. I know everyone out there has somebody in their band. They're like, God, I text that son of a bitch 15 times. He never gets back to me. Greg, I text him a lot, and then he sends me some weird thing, right? But so communication
never answers the question. Yeah,
it's vital, right?
Yes,
so
very much.
And you got to let and it's basically just if I say I don't need you to type out a letter. And then let's talk about this because we talked about this me and you privately. So here's another thing based on communication. I got 7 guys in my band, so I send out here's the details, Sawyer Point, load in, here's the map. And then you always got one guy that starts putting 16 memes on the band communication. Yeah. So when it's a group text, no one wants to see your dumb pictures and all that, right? So then now I'm like, here I am at the gig, and I'm trying to find the gig information.
Find the gig information.
Now I got 8 inches of memes and funny little
memes and
I
stupid
can't find
pictures. Yeah,
it's not necessary, right? And I've told my guys, I say, look, we don't want all your stupid. It's fine. We don't want all your stupid pictures.
It can be funny after the gig and stuff like that.
Nobody likes me, I don't think.
You can. There are a couple of memes that are kind of funny, like, hey, are you guys available for Tuesday night?
Yeah.
There's a great one of Rick and Morty of him going, you son of a bitch, I'm in. And I've got that one saved.
I always, that's a response, right?
I use that one, yeah.
Everyone has it, and I know that I've worked with many guys in many bands. The dude's not out there. And so there's a fine line, because me being gung-ho guy, that means I like to control people. So there's a fine line. Do I need you, really, in my world, if I texted you, I want you to reply back within 10 seconds.
Yes.
I want an immediate answer. That's what my personality tells me. Now,
yes.
A couple days later is fine, but I really don't even understand that. All you got to do is look at your schedule and go be there. You're done, right?
Even between you and I, we were texting about doing this.
Yes.
And you asked for a bunch of stuff, and I said, okay, yeah, I'll get that to you. Of course.
And then 4 days go by.
2 or 4 days go by. You're like, hey, communication guy.
Yeah.
What about that? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I was
so busy.
I was drunk that evening.
Oh, you were
actually
drunk that night?
Yeah, we went out
almost done. We're almost done,
partying.
guys. We've covered. If you're still out there, how to be a better band member. This is the Dangerous Jim Show. I am Jim Miller. This is Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson plays in the Whammies. You can look up the Whammies. You can look up my band, Dangerous Jim and the Slims. Find it on YouTube, Facebook, any of that stuff. Dangerous Jim and the Slims.com. We got Zeke at the booth. We're here live at U Rock 2 Studios. We're reset. We talked about gung ho guy, unavailable guy, late guy, unprepared guy, lazy guy, negative guy, party guy, screws up live guy, and poor communication guy. Now let's talk quickly, not too quickly, but about social media.
Social media guy.
Social media. So there's a couple different things that go on with social media guy. In my opinion, if you are cashing the checks that you receive from the gung ho guy, you should be promoting the gigs on your Facebook page.
Yes.
You should be doing that. Now, how important is that really? Some people will say, that's my personal page. Everyone should be looking at the band page for the details. Let's talk about that just for a second.
Sharing it doesn't hurt.
Sharing it doesn't hurt, but
It's
to me,
right there,
that smacks of lazy guy. Really, you really don't have the additional 20 seconds to make your own post.
Click.
But I get it. Sharing works. And over time, being being a band leader for a long time, I used to, this goes back 10, 12 years, I'd look at other people's pages in my band, and I'd get all salty in my mind because they weren't promoting the gig. But really, in the end, I don't know how important that is. You tell me.
It can be. You get a few, so you've got your band, and then basically you've got the fingers off of it of all the band mates in there, and then all of their friends. So you want to get out to those people. Some people don't want to be associated with playing in a band and stuff like that.
Oh, I wonder why that would. Well, if you're cashing the checks, you should be associated with it. What do you think?
Yeah.
You're taking the money.
You're taking the money.
You better
Damn
be
it.
associated with it.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't hurt you to do that.
Yeah, I get it. So that's a fine line. I mean,
so it's a real
over
fine
time. I mean, ideally, everyone gets their band information from the band page.
But then social media is rather interesting because now we're starting to realize, stop and think before you post it. Don't share it. That's right. And make sure you're sharing it to the correct page. Yes. We've had a couple of times where Facebook post went out and it was
Naked Karate Guys instead.
By one of the guys, and he forgot to switch over to his account. And it's posted there. All right. Luckily, it wasn't anything bad.
I get it,
but still, there. Yeah,
social media, man. If you just do your part, guys. If you're in a band out there, do your part. If you're in the band, it doesn't take much to make a difference. Create your own post and let people know that you're proud to be in the band. If you're not proud to be in the band, it's all right. But I think it's your obligation if you're in the band to promote every single gig. Just not, you don't want to wear people out, but maybe once to say, hey, we're playing here. And if nothing else, it makes uptight people like me feel better. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. So that's it for today for the Dangerous Gym Show. Thank you so much to Tim
You're very
Anderson.
welcome.
A few housekeeping things. Go to the Dangerous Gym Show on Facebook. Please like that page. I don't want to clutter up my own personal page with stuff about the Dangerous Gym Show. You can go to thedangerousgymshow.com. At this point, when you see this, we got about 5 or 6 episodes in there. Make sure you go back and listen to some of the other shows. AJ Snyder, Summons UFOs is a great one. Right?
I want to check it out now.
Yeah, we're going to have AJ Snyder, Summons UFOs. And that one's already out. So just go to the Dangerous Gym Show or look on YouTube. You can search the Dangerous Gym Show. We also have Tim Anderson, This Is Your Life, in which I talked to my great friend Tim Anderson about his music career and his life growing up, how the other bands that he played in before he got in the Naked Karate Girls, and how he ended up in the Whammies. So we also have other episodes coming up of we're going to have music, drugs, alcohol. Intervention. Music, drugs, alcohol, intervention is going to be part 1 of my story. Number 2 will be music,
live band,
redemption. And we're also going to have another one called How to Be a Better Live Band.
How to be a better live band.
If you're out there and you still made it this far down, thank you for staying with us so far. Send me an email to askdangerousgym@gmail.com. Askdangerousgym@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you have any people that want to be on, if you have any questions for Tim Anderson. He is the man. This is the Dangerous Gym Show. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Thank you for our new sponsor, La Torza Coffee. I'm going to drink the crap out of that coffee. Make sure you have a good day. Take it easy on each other. If you're a band leader, please take it easy on your guys. Remember, you're trying to keep your band together. If you're a band member and you got a good band leader, make sure you thank him, man. He's working hard. He's getting the gigs for you. He's making everything in. Show up prepared. Show up on time.
There you go.
That's it for today.
Listen to that voice right there.
Listen, Prisoner is the best.
Listen to that.
Thank you for being here today.
It's like
Timmy.
he swallowed olive oil and then started singing.
Yes. Actually, that's what he said he does. Yes. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
You were so welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.